back, G&Q review with our friend Patrick. What's going on? Grant, you're first.
What is going on, Quinn? Not much, my guy. It's October, it's kind of fall season. Pumpkin spice, pies. Has anyone had any pies
Is it
yet?
fall? It was kind of hot today, Grant. Over here on the West Coast.
It was the same temperature in
Was it?
Ohio. Yeah, it was like 70s.
Oh, you've been checking? Am I living in your head?
No,
You know?
Stuart, my
Rent-free?
brother, who also lives in LA, he was here. I was like, "It's LA weather, isn't it?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Quinn
I
seems
checked.
a little bit
No, I
aggressive.
That's the only.
Yeah, these
No.
Cali boys, they get a little aggressive. They're
Well, when
get
you're-
a little high, they're
Make
they're
everything
drinking-
about
drinking
themselves.
too many smoothies.
No,
I think
well,
people
it's
care
close to
about
the.
his avocado smoothie he had this morning.
No. It's close to the first of the month, Grant, and that's when you realize you're like, what the hell? I need to rub these the benefits of a high housing costs in someone's face to make me feel better. So
Well,
that's really all it is.
Two faces in front of you, so
Rub them
I'm
in.
glad. I want to be that face in your life, Quinn. So
Hell
If
yeah.
you need that, I'm here for you.
yeah.
Get punched in the face. Patrick, what's going on?
Not much. I signed up for a basketball league with some boys, so that'll be fun. Excited for EDC, which is coming up for us. I need to get some outfits going though, so I'm slacking a little bit in that department.
Some pasties.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a little
No.
freaky. Who knows?
You never
I'm
know.
not. Yeah, I need the stage where I put on the outfit and I sit and look at myself in the mirror and say, "This
Is
is
this
it."
me?
And then I put on a different one. I haven't
Good.
done that yet.
Good.
I think it.
It's kind of chilly. It's gonna be kind of chilly.
Yeah, and it's you're at night. I mean, it's
You don't want to wear jeans.
not wearing jeans. No, fuck that. I'll wear gray sweatpants before I wear jeans.
Yeah. I'm not sure about myself.
I'm sure we'll figure it out, guys.
Yeah.
Well, let's just get right into it. What are we talking about today?
Getting right into it, we are talking about The Matrix Reloaded, a 2003 American science fiction action film written and directed by the Wachowski sisters. It is a sequel to The Matrix and the second installment in the Matrix film series. You wanna
Credits
start, Quinn?
roll. Sure.
What do you think? What do you think?
No, I watched this movie,
Watch the movie.
and
It ends.
my general impression was that it was much better than I remember it being. And maybe I'm confusing it with a third movie, and I've lumped them in together from watching it many, many years ago. But I thought it did a good job of second trying to plot. I guess you're going to the source. It still maintained its coolness factor. There were some cool scenes, and
let's
combined-
hear some.
what? Well, they were
Never mind.
driving on the whole car chasing scene.
Yeah.
I mean that 1,000 cars were destroyed in the making of that. But then that combined with the philosophical, the architect kind of scenes where you're start thinking more out of the box. I think it added some depth to it. So I enjoyed it. What about you, Grant?
I'm gonna pass it over to Patrick.
Oh, sorry.
I'll accept
Baton
it.
to
Hot
Patrick. I dropped
I receive baton. I receive much of the same as what Quinn you said. For some reason, when it ended, I was just that's not where I thought it was going to end.
Yeah.
Because I think I completely just combined them in my head. And I did think this was maybe I don't know if slower is the right word, but I felt like it had a bit more drawn out things, such as with the architect. And I thought it was cool. It still gets you thinking. Still has some of the kind of cool scenes. But I thought a lot of the time when they were at Zion, it was a little bit strange. And those scenes were a little bit odd to me.
You thought the human civilization orgy party was a little strange.
Yeah, it was a little bit strange. It was, I'm glad they had a nice time and could have that release before they all died. But
I don't think it was an actual orgy.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. They were getting down. I mean,
No,
it's
they
like-
were superimposing it with Neo and Trinity, but I don't think people were like jacking off on the dance floor.
I mean,
I think
mean, it was-
everyone gets
That
laid
was like
the
the
night
next
before
step.
your civilization goes to war with an oppressor like that.
there were no
It's-
kids at that party. It was definitely it was a sexual scene.
Oh,
I- 'cause
Yes,
there were a
because
lot
it
of
was
sexual scenes, like, right
superimposed
from the
with a
beginning.
sex scene.
Right. But so why would they do that?
And it's
How do
alright,
you
imagine
I
this,
get-
Grant.
yeah.
You're like
I know. It's like, but like on the dance floor, any like real club dance floor, there's like sexual tension. You're sweating. Like, yeah, I felt like those vibes. I didn't feel like everyone was like fucking each other.
I'm not saying they were all having sex, but it was like
Yeah.
a very hedonistic,
sensual,
like
sexual.
just
Yes, agreed.
release. The same thing you're
Primal.
doing at an orgy, probably.
Yeah, you don't know if you're gonna have like 2 days ahead of you. This is like your last stand, kind of. Morpheus just gave a badass speech, and then the music. Someone hits the music, lights get a little bit low. You don't know what's happening.
It was
It's all
a
good fun.
was a representation of them being human, Grant.
Yes.
It was. I get it. Yeah.
What did you think, Grant?
I've never.
Baton to you.
Yeah, I've never seen this one, so I didn't blur anything in my head. In that sense, the ending was not what I expected. A little confused there.
Ending was bullshit. I forgot to
Oh.
add that to mine.
Yeah.
I was yelling at my TV
Yes.
like an old man.
We can talk. I want to talk about kind of the ending scene, but let's save that. The first time through, I thought it was a very frustrating movie for me to watch personally. I thought a lot of the fight scenes were, big and shared the intensity from the first film without the stakes. It felt like Neo is the one. Why are they fighting like this? And that's also so one is Neo's the one is fighting these agents, and they never really fully told you why he couldn't just like destroy them. They looked encrypted, I guess. Didn't really describe or explain that very well. And then so Neo's not only weaker, so we have more fight scenes. Apparently, Morpheus and Trinity just fight agents now. I thought the whole fucking first thing, if you see an agent fucking run, they're going toe to toe with these agents who are apparently, they should be better, right? If anything. And you're like, how are you fighting these agents when in the first film you saw them, you fucking just, you were surviving long enough to get to a phone, that's it. And they're having like extended fight scenes on top of a semi-truck. And I'm like, seems inconsistent to me. And I was
They were
frustrated
gonna
with
die. Neo wasn't there for both of them.
that.
And
They were very long though.
before that was the
Very
rule
long.
before there was like you were going into the Matrix with the one in your squad, so all you have to you just kind of have to
Buy enough time.
yeah you're gonna lose, but they're no longer a barrier,
There's
just
no
them
longer,
showing up.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like instead of the phone they're out, now they have another out.
Neo or the
yeah,
phone.
Neo. Okay, I'm into that.
And I think Neo is still he doesn't know what he can do yet, when he saved
knew
Trinity.
he could if he can fly like that, you think he could just destroy a fucking agent? Like agents can't even fly like that.
But the agents don't really die, So that's also
Agent Smith did die. He killed him.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And then,
Kind-
and then they
not-
brought him
yeah.
back
He came back.
because that was dumb.
Has Neo killed anyone?
I guess not.
Just a bunch of random humans who were controlled by agents. That's who he's killed.
So I guess to sum it up, I thought we talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago when we watched The Matrix. Is The Matrix was so great because it was bigger than it was theatrical in a way. Like the fight scenes were over the top and all this stuff, and it was a little corny, but you were able to forgive it because you were into it, and you're like, yeah, I'm all about this. This is fine. I felt like this one was all over the top, all theatrical stuff, and I didn't forgive it. It didn't feel like I just felt all the corniness and not any of that cool factor of like forgiving. And I felt like they were doing stuff that, you know, maybe at the time when this came out, that was like super cool CGI and stuff. But it's like, even those like dreadlocks dudes, you're just like, there's the fighting.
You didn't like the
fucking
dreadlocks dudes?
every fucking fight scene to me felt like it had no stakes. It had no stakes. Either they poorly set up the characters. It's just like they had. You're telling me Neo's the one. So, okay, here's an example. Neo's the one. It's the fucking French dude squad. They all pull out guns. He stops all their bullets, right? He warps reality enough to stop all their bullets. No one else can do that. And then he has a 15-minute fight scene with all of them. Can't he just kill them all instantly? You can stop bullets like that, and you can't fucking go as
How's he
fast as
gonna
a
kill
bullet.
'em?
And like, you can't.
That's really a
insane
lot of
speed.
energy. He would need a
Bro.
nap after.
He's the one.
Well,
he can.
there.
warp-
That's your assumption, Grant. It's like he's the one. What does that really mean? Does that mean anything, or is he just like a little bit better at controlling the Matrix? He's this weird anomaly. It doesn't really mean anything. It's not like
Yeah.
the prophecy.
But he did see. But that's not how the Matrix ended in the first Matrix.
But
It
that was like-
he literally could destroy code. He destroyed Agent Smith, and I guess maybe he didn't, and maybe that's what the ambiguity is there. I don't know. I thought it was frustrating, but maybe I need a second. Maybe it's better that you guys had revisited it because I felt
Yeah.
like there's just so many holes, and I don't know the third movie, but I'm walking away from this, and then we don't have to. I don't know if I'm- before we talk about the ending, the other thing is I was really also upset with. It felt like they turned the Matrix into like a love story.
There was a lot of romance.
Why were they? Their relationship is really, I didn't care. And
Whose?
Trinity and Neo's was like the center of the film. It felt like the whole film was about their relationship.
Even just the opening scene, where it's like, I'm like, this is going on.
It was
Why
too
they-
fast. That opening
Yeah.
scene, again, no stakes. So you're like, I
Yeah.
don't even know what the fuck's going on. This might be cool, not cool now. Because
Yeah.
you don't know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
it's not cool. You need stakes for a fight scene to matter, you know? It's like the end game, like, people fucking love it because it's like the end of the universe fight. Like, the stakes are so fucking high and they have to win against all odds, blah, 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 right?
And there's going to be casualties of the people you build connections with.
Yeah. While this was just like Trinity dying on and it's just like you couldn't even follow what was going on really, because it was so fast. At least in the beginning, I was like, "What the fuck?" And then you woke up from a dream, and you're like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Oh, it was a dream meant to be jarring and confusing.
That's a good
You had a little bit of more insight into the beginning of the film because they were talking about the Osiris that sent them the message, which was in the Animatrix, which we reviewed last week, which you can check out on gqreview.com.
Our 100th episode.
Not that one. The 100th is The Matrix. 101.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I just did 1 -
Yeah.
current episode.
Oh, I
Continue, Quinn.
But yeah, you got that, and was that the kid in the Animatrix too?
It was.
They didn't really go. Maybe he shows up more in the third movie. But he just was kind of like a fanboy who wanted to be on the Nebuchadnezzar, which is now destroyed.
R.I.P.
I do think it's bullshit that when you have so much material, and this is probably why it was released. They were both released in 2003 because they just said, you know what, we're just gonna split the shit into two,
Yeah.
and you can do that in a way that makes people happy. But this was like you're reading a middle of the chapter, or you're in the middle of chapter 6, and then it just ends.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
it's
you
No,
gotta
it's
go to
not
the
like a
next step.
setup. It's not like setting up. It's like there is no like, oh my god, how are they gonna close out this, this, and this plot line? It's like literally a fucking soap opera cliffhanger. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
thought
just
it was
need a
good.
little.
I don't know.
You liked it?
I did like it, and especially considering, if you're gonna release a movie in 3 months, you gotta leave them like wanting more.
It was like a TV show ending. It was a
I
TV
like
show
that.
ending.
I thought
that's
that
what I
was
said.
cool.
Yeah,
I thought that was nice. I don't know.
I think you
But-
got to do like some weird, like, I don't know if it's cheesy, but some Marvel shit where like the story completes and then they like the after credits are like we're getting a message from the Nebuchadnezzar, like something's happening.
And then it just explodes.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh shit, I wonder what's going on there, and then you know what's going to happen in the next movie. It's like, all right, it's the war, it's blah blah blah. There's no.
So what if you thought about it like Neo destroying the machines as the ending,
That
and then them waking up as like the after credits scene for a
Did
Marvel
you watch?
movie?
I
the
think that's
after-
better.
Did everyone watch the after credits?
Yeah, I was kind of out of it.
It was just
It
a
didn't really
trailer.
show
It was
much.
pretty dumb.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was like
But-
a trailer, pretty much.
That's
It's
weird.
weird.
I don't
it
like
was
that.
a weird after credit.
Yeah, I think it was
wasn't
literally
a
just the trailer.
It wasn't a scene. Yeah, it was literally a trailer.
But with what Pat said, yeah, having some sort of climactic ending where he like can use his Matrix powers in the real world and then ending it there. I didn't really give a shit about that Bane dude.
Wait, what did you say?
He uses the Matrix powers in the real world.
Stops
He's
the
in-
machines.
Yeah, isn't it? That's one option. The other option is they're in the Matrix. It's like Inception.
Nah, they're in the real world.
How could he bend? How could he control the real
We-
world?
He's the one, bro.
You just
It's
said-
because he chose the correct door. In choosing love, I feel like it
In what?
unlocks
in
your like humanistic power or whatever, rather than if you chose like to rebuild and to like concede to the machines,
But there's no reasonable explanation how he could stop them.
It's a movie.
I don't know why. I don't know why he can stop him, but it's intriguing enough to make
Sure,
you.
but I don't. Is it? My first thought is that maybe that's not the real world. Not that he can bend, that he can control stuff in the real world. Is all I'm saying.
Oh,
I could see
fair,
that.
Fair enough. Fair
Right?
enough,
because he's it's called the Matrix. It's all about like the Matrix, and his power is recognizing the Matrix and that you can change reality, the Matrix reality, change the simulation. Right? There's no backstory, nothing we watch in the Animatrix, nothing that would suggest that the real world would be capable of that level of influence and control, right? There's nothing that we've watched so far that would even hint that.
Unless he's a machine.
Yeah. What if he's like the
He's
Oracle?
got machine powers.
Also, don't you think if it was the Matrix, he could see the code or something? Like, don't you think he'd be able to distinguish
Could.
between
The thing that to me said it could have been the Matrix is he said, wait, no, this is different. I can feel them. So for
Okay.
whatever reason, I took that as like his premonition shit that he's only had in the Matrix before. Like he can see things that happen in the Matrix because it's a simulation, but he's never had visions of things happening before they
Yeah.
happen, of things in reality. Like he hasn't like seen Zion or anything. Like everything is like Trinity in the simulation in the Matrix. So that's what I thought.
I don't know.
He's
I think it
Matrix.
gets pretty blurry because I feel like both sides are like breaking rules. Where like Agent Smith is in the like real world, but like as Bane or whatever his name was. You know, so like the kind of lines of like what was previously thought as possible is kind of like becoming blurred.
So let's say he is changing reality. Is that?
Yep.
Are you okay with that? It sounded like you were, Pat, because it's a movie.
Yeah,
So
I mean, he's already the one in the Matrix. I feel like he could be the one outside the Matrix too. There's humanity's in a dire situation. He is the hero that rises to the occasion. Who am I to question what he or she can or cannot do? You know, you just kind of have to like, was that a good introduction of like, does it make sense? Do I like it? Just kind of like, I don't know. Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't any like preset rules.
So you don't like it, Grant? Do you think it's a cop out?
You know, and I'm reading one line from the wiki plot. It says Neo displays a new ability to disable real world machines with his thoughts, but fall into a coma from the effort. Like, yeah, to me, with the amount of work and thought that they've put into the Matrix universe, like the Animatrix was, I enjoyed that. It feels like they're straying off of their philosophical roots to an extent, and that's why, like, with what I was saying with like the fight scenes.
Sorry, I may have distracted you with this wall of text.
Maybe with the fight scenes,
Yeah,
and like,
let's finish
so
with-
my biggest gripe with the movie, fight scenes did not have stakes, and I thought he should be better in it. And then two, I thought they made the movie more about the love relationship between Neo and Trinity
What about
versus
the-
the philosophical roots. Like, those were my two biggest gripes.
Yeah, I think, but you have to kind of get into the love stuff. I mean, you don't have to, but that's kind of how the first one ended. And I think if you didn't do anything about it, it would be even weirder.
Because you're in such like a crazy scenario, like everything's gonna be, I don't know,
You like my
emotions are all gonna
comment
be
there,
on
Grant?
fire.
I think you gotta read it.
I gotta read it out loud. This was a comment I
Yeah.
found online when we were talking about the orgy party. Some people really don't like it, and this person said about a fourth away into the movie, I came across this abomination of a scene. About 1,000 to 1,500 sweaty, dirty, grime-loving Zionites. Dancing to some kind of shitty techno rave music, grinding up on one another, really stepping over the line and making me feel real weird. I did not come to see The Matrix to watch some goddamn cracked out Zion bastard with dreadlocks whip his head back and shower himself in his own stinking sweat. The last thing I needed to see as a 14-year-old kid back in 2002, going to see The Matrix with some black Jesus-looking bastard jumping up in the air and startling me at 2:40 into the clip. I consider this scene to be the worst scene in any movie ever. So that's...
Huh.
I mean, was it that much?
I mean, it went on for a long time. They're definitely making
I
a
thought-
statement.
I was more turned off by the softcore porn with Trinity and Neo. That was making me more uncomfortable than the rave scene.
The combination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be okay with either of those, with both of them removed.
Yeah, I don't...
I think the sex scene with Neo and Trinity made it sexualized the rave a lot more. But I'd have to
On
rewatch
purpose.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
We should watch this clip, you know, just to be sure.
I don't want to rewatch it. It's in my head.
Yeah.
In the head, yeah, with the shitty techno rave music. Like,
I mean, they had it. I mean, they were just following the formula. They had that same kind of club, grime loving matrix, blue pillars, whatever they want to call them. In the first one, following the White Rabbit, at roughly that same spot,
and those people were also quote
off the rails.
Question: why can't maybe Grant that there's no answer to this. Why can't the agents take over their bodies in the Matrix?
I think because they're disconnected.
No, but they are
They're
connected.
connected.
Well, maybe they're not
No, they're
connected
connected not
to
in
the
their network.
machines. Oh,
Yeah, they're not
oh,
connected
it's
to
like a
that
different
network.
IP address. I see.
Yeah, it's
They're
not
on
LAN, bro.
Subnet.
It's not LAN. It's a private. They got VPN.
Yeah, Nebuchadnezzar.
I
Is
guess
are
that
you
makes
co-
sense.
Are you okay with that one? That explanation?
Yeah, that one
Mhm.
satisfies me. That's
I
really
wasn't satisfied with either of your responses to why can't Neo go into why does Neo have such a hard time beating non-agents, just normal fucking people in the Matrix?
non-agents.
Yeah, the fucking
Like
French
who?
dude Squad.
I think he's just meeting more powerful people. They might be as strong as agents.
Yeah, but
Aren't those guys? Isn't the French dude a program?
Yeah, they're all programs. The agents are just a different program.
Yeah, I think they're all programs. I mean, that's my answer.
okay.
Hypothetical.
Speaking of, this is now you're getting me. I have another question.
Great. I got another
Yes.
complaint.
I got another question. This was the most confusing plot point in my opinion. I guess two that I want to talk about. First one, the Oracle and this program shit. What's going on? There's programs that should be deleted, but they're not.
So
They
I
stick
think those were the
around
people
and
he
run
ran
away
into.
from-
So
Like
I think
those-
they discovered the Oracle's not a human. Neither is that Keymaster guy. And they are just programs that live in the Matrix. They basically hide in the Matrix. And then, I don't know, he asks, oh yeah, why are you helping me? How can I trust you? And then everyone's answer is just, we must do the things we must do, or some shit like that. Just kind of...
How
I think they're
couldn't the agents
NPC
find the Oracle? They couldn't find her. She didn't seem that hard to find
good.
in the first movie.
I think it's
Hidden code.
intended that way.
she was like in the projects or something like that.
She was. It was weird.
And all the anomalies, like the other people who like the agents, I'm sure are keeping tabs on, were all there, like in her living room.
Maybe she's got like an aura coded.
What do you mean
in.
the agents are in her living room? What?
The spoon guy,
Like the people-
No, the age. So Neo was raised some red flags, and the agents
Yep.
found him. You don't think the little kid bending the spoon is raising any flags?
He raised flags.
Like, think about the
Yeah.
shorts. You know how the agents go to places, such as the one with the cat, where like non-reality seeming events are occurring. Everything around
They're
the
the
Oracle
Matrix
had
police.
people.
Oh,
yeah.
No, well, that
Yeah.
was like
It
a
was like
test
a-
failed. They're like this piece of land wasn't generated right. I don't think it was
That's
a person.
Not the point I'm making. They found Neo because he was talking on forums and the kid. Oh, first of all, the kid who was in the Animatrix.
Yeah.
The kid.
We
Yeah,
brought
the
it up.
kid.
was
Wild.
messing
Good thing we
around,
watched the Animatrix, right?
Yes.
I was like, why is this? Who's this kid? They did not explain
You
it
saved
at all.
me.
He's a
Not explain
groupie.
it at all.
Big time.
yourself,
He's weird. I liked him better in the short.
Yeah.
I mean, he did kill himself.
He's
He was
working
a
through
little
some
wonky
things.
kid. Yeah. Anyways, Quinn, if they're
Yes.
on top of Popper and they're on top of Neo, they're obviously the agents are like the Matrix police. They're like finding people who are straying away. It's like Big Brother shit. Like
Yes.
you gotta follow. As soon as you start questioning reality,
Yes, I
there-
don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You agree with that?
I'm
in
following.
the Oracle's living room, there's
Yes.
like at least 5 people that all fit the category of probably doing things that are not normal, that are
Yes.
like questionable. So don't you think that they would have been able to find the Oracle because they all
Maybe-
were there?
Well, if
possible.
The Oracle is another program. Maybe the Oracle is programmed to kind of hide things from occurring. You know?
That's a possibility. I don't know what the trigger is.
I get where you.
I don't
you're
know
saying,
if
like,
the
she might be
trigger.
in- or a safe haven.
Yeah, yeah. So like people can go to her and she kind of guides humanity along to this Zionistic event where the one is discovered and has to make a choice, and then they rebuild. You know, she's kind of a tool, so it would be they want that event to happen. Like the Matrix wants that event to occur, so it would be against the Matrix's best wishes to have all those people figured out because they would never have a one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like she's basically like a breeding, not like a breeding ground, but like a collector of these people
Catalyst.
that could be the one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. And
Yeah,
so
I don't know how
programs-
they never talk about how they save people. Like how like they're always talking about well they saved more people in the last 6 months or whatever.
It's just
But-
taking the red pill.
But do they do the same process? They like go up and meet them in person,
Yeah, it seems pretty.
and then like the agents always get real close. I don't know why the agents. I don't know how those paths always converge. Like, do the agents only go after those people because the Matrix people have taken an interest in those individuals and they do something, type in the code, beat a boop bop? Or is it some other backwards way where they're tracking the agents, the Matrix people, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It is a little confusing.
What was the whole point? It was like how the Oracle is a program they're hiding, and for some reason they can't find them, or they're all getting the help of the Keymaster, and when they get close, they just go to a different place. I don't know, or they just don't even care. I don't know. Like, what's the French guy's deal?
He just seems like he's a fuckboy.
Yeah, he's just like. Is his wife a
And
program?
then they had that little kissing scene that was like cringe, and you're like, this is just more fucking love story shit. Fucking hate it. They literally, I have in all caps, they made The Matrix a love story.
But it's not even love. It's like all lusty and like weird.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it means to be human, Grant? If you want to be with someone?
No, the humans.
I
Neo
thought
pump
Neo
hard.
would be like. I understand he chose like it's. I just think it's dumb that they went that path. It seems like the
What
antithesis
path?
of what the Matrix is about. It's choosing.
He opened the
like,
other door?
Yeah, it's like it's the literal opposite of what I feel like the philosophy is like testing. Like this whole like no free will simulation, like all this cool philosophical stuff. They threw it aside for like some cheesy Hollywood fucking shit, and I'm just like, why? You had a good thing going, and I feel like they totally flipped. Like to me, it feels like different people produced this movie. It feels very different.
They can't
What-
coexist?
Yeah, what would you have liked to see instead, Grant? How can you expand on the?
That he's more like the one and understands.
You just want to see the prophecy.
Yeah, I think I do.
And you're frustrated, like our friend Morpheus, that the prophecy may be this contrived control system to make you think a certain way.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
I can't.
Um,
Dang, Morpheus' speech though before that, you know, rave, orgy.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was pretty hype.
Just get into it.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll watch it here. Did anyone watch the Matrix Resurrections trailer?
No, I didn't check it out.
I was so dumb, like I heard about people talking about it and they're like, yeah, Morpheus isn't in it.
yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, Morpheus isn't in it. But what they really meant is just Lawrence Fishburne isn't
He's not in it. Yeah.
in it. They have a different dude playing
Which
Morpheus.
is
Oh, I
weird
think-
because Lawrence Fishburne's still acting. Like he's a good actor. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why they would get rid of him.
And it's not
He's,
like
like,
they have to
iconic
put it out this
Morpheus.
year.
Yeah, he's iconic Morpheus.
Instead, this
Unless
Yahya
the
Abdul
only
Mateen II.
I think the most probable theory is that he turned it down.
To do what though? Is he doing like
Anything else?
big
Wow,
things
it's-
now?
It's over.
No, I saw him on. He's on like a sitcom. I saw it, the trailer in the gym when I was working out. I was like, hey, that's Lawrence Fishburne.
Sounds.
I don't know.
It's probably easier to do a sitcom than a Matrix action movie when you're however old he is.
He says he was never told. You have to ask Lana Wachowski, he said.
What do you mean?
Oh, he never
Like,
was
wasn't
asked.
he wasn't asked.
Dang.
I mean, what IndieWire.com says.
Dang. That's ice cold.
Man, what if they had a
That's ice
beef and they're like in the writer's room? They're like, all right, we're bringing it back. Like, all right, we got
Maybe he's
Keanu
transphobic.
Reeves, like Lawrence Fishburne. She's like, no. What? What'd you say there, Lana? No,
Why? Why not?
we're not having him. I'm
He
directing
didn't
the
do a
movie.
good job the first time. I don't know why we'd want to bring him back.
He's not an icon. We can do it without him.
Yeah, we can do it. We can just get a different person. Writers are like, and producers just staring. He's
Keanu's
Morpheus.
like, well, you guys said he was with it. I
I'm
signed.
doing it with Lawrence.
That was in the contract.
You're gonna have to double my contract.
And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as that guy's out of here.
Apparently, they've been trying to reboot. I probably read this on Indiegogo, whatever. What did you just say? What was the magazine? called?
IndieWire?
IndieWire, definitely the one I read this on, was that Keanu Reeves has been turning down Matrix sequels, movies for years until he read this screenplay and he said, "This is it. This is the one I'm doing." Or
that's
he's
Netflix
like, "I
PR.
really like myself some money. How much are you offering?"
Either The Matrix 4 or John Wick 7. Which one am I going to do?
Yeah.
Those are the two scripts in front of me.
I'm already calling it. It's gonna bomb. I mean, it's gonna bomb.
Okay.
Mark my words.
I'm with that opinion.
Before we talk about that, I think we gotta finish up the ending.
Okay.
So Cypher.
Cypher.
Is that
No,
not Cypher?
Bane. It's Bane. That's the guy who had the knife. Who's
That's
gonna
Agent
cut
Smith
Neo.
in the real world.
Oh. What?
Huh?
Agent Smith?
Yeah.
Oh,
Agent
wait.
Smith
Now
went
I'm
into him.
confused. Now I read the wiki. Only one survivor was found. The Smith possessed Bane.
Yeah.
Why
went
was
in-
he?
He took control of him, and like put
When?
himself into the real world. Like maybe about a third of the way, pretty early on. But he you know how he possesses people, in the Matrix. He did
Yes.
that to him, but because he's like a rogue program or whatever, when he came back to the ship or whatever, unplugged out of the Matrix, Agent
When-
Smith went back with him.
Wait, when was Bane in the Matrix?
At the beginning.
Holy shit, Pat, you're blowing my
This-
mind.
you remember
this is
how-
the very beginning.
Bane had like a knife, and he was about to he was walking up to Neo all crazy.
Yeah, and then the kid.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought he
remember
was just a evil dude.
No, it's Agent
That's-
Smith.
Oh, that makes more sense.
So that's why I'm saying Agent Smith is breaking the rules too. He's a computer
Agent
going into the
Smith.
real world, and Neo
How did
is
he
the
get
one.
into Bane?
Neo broke something in him, so now he can break the barrier. When Neo killed Agent Smith, he supercharged him kind of.
I thought that was Cypher, dude.
He
just
looks,
thought it was a
I mean, they're both
rando.
ratty,
Ratty
shady
with
looking
goatees,
dudes.
right?
Yeah.
Probably should have picked a different actor. Thought it was
They-
Cypher.
they've
I would
got
have
a
left I would have left. I wasn't even drinking or high either. You know, feel like I would.
I could see how you could miss it though, and he did
Oh.
look like Cypher so much.
So this is
And it was
right.
like-
This is at their meeting. So Agent Smith is coming to break up the party.
Hmm.
So
Damn,
they picked up a survivor that they don't know is Agent Smith, and only Neo knows is Agent Smith, and Neo
Neo doesn't
unconscious.
know.
I don't think Neo
No.
knows.
Neo doesn't know.
No one
They're-
knows.
Yeah.
And Neo's in a coma, anyways.
So the way I'm kind of seeing the arc of the stories is, so protagonist Neo, right? He's coming to like understand his powers in the Matrix in the first thing. It's his struggle for that. And the second one, he's coming to realize his powers in the real world.
You know, what Neo did with I'm actually happier that he's not the only one breaking. I actually like that more. So makes me a little bit happier. You know, I'd rather the world be consistently bending versus just Neo, like with superpowers, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Damn, yeah,
I think Pat is
totally
frozen.
missed that.
Can you hear me, Quinn?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Do you see Pat?
He's frozen. He's frozen as hell. He's got a, but it's like a good frozen. It's
Yeah,
like an
like you can
inquisitive,
continue
like
it.
he's just like
Pat
he's thinking
is-
about what you're saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
he's kicked
weird.
off of other site
Well,
too. So, well, that is better that he's.
What'd you think about the ending?
Oh, I was upset. I mean, I just didn't. Like I said, my high level, it just should have had a more complete ending. I just
Yeah, dude, imagine like you saw this in the fucking theater and like we're watching it like this week, so like I'm not that upset, but like I'd probably be more upset if I had to wait 3 months. I still don't fucking get why they released all this shit.
well, they would have to. I mean, well,
Welcome back, Patrick.
I think it was
Thank
so
you.
abrupt. I mean, that's probably the only reason they could get away with an ending like that is like, all right, well, the next one's coming out soon.
No, but like Enter the Matrix and Animatrix, I don't know why they had to do all those in the same year. And then nothing else for 18 years.
And money. Brutus Studios. You know how it goes, Grant.
Yeah, I think
Having
it
some
is just
computer
the money.
problems there, Pat? It's
I think
been
I need-
happening all this week.
I know, right? I think I just need to turn my computer off more frequently. You know, so that way it
You don't
Does it
turn it
turn
off
off?
at night?
never. No.
Put it to
I
bed?
turn it off every once in a while. I've been turning it off more, but I'll also just leave
Turn it off every night. I give it a little pillow. I said, have a good sleep there.
Doesn't
See you
Quinn's
in the
lighting
movie.
right now look so cinematic?
It does. The shadows.
It's really nice.
That's
yeah.
yes. Welcome
How
back
do I
to our.
how do I do that? Do you have?
Oh,
no
you're gonna
lights
need
on?
a light source over there. You're gonna need a light source right here. You're gonna need some ambient screen lighting.
Damn.
What, do you have the kitchen lights on?
There is one big kind of light.
Oh, that you installed.
Living.
You didn't have that.
I
before,
installed that.
There
It
you
wasn't.
go.
Quinn's a big boy.
That was a project. I've forgotten. It kind of pisses me off because if I had to do that again, like if I had to move, I'm gonna have to relearn how to put in light fixtures. I was
It'd
a
be-
professional at one point.
It'd be easier the second time though than the first time. 100%.
Maybe I was like black wire, white wire, flip the switch. And it's just so tall.
Sounds like you're
very
still an
tall.
expert.
Yeah, I'd trust you with whatever.
Yeah. I have some electrical work I need done. And I know you're here for a wedding, so
Yeah, I can put
You
in
can
light
skip that?
fixtures. That's what I can do.
okay.
Um,
Well,
all right. I think that's about it for me.
oh, I do have a note. Do you guys remember when they had that cringe kissing scene with like the fuckboys girl?
Persephone or whatever.
Yes.
Did you see how classy that urinal trough was? It was a urinal
No.
waterfall. It was a wall urinal that just waterfall down and you peed into it.
No,
kinda
I was
dope.
looking at the scene.
It's you obviously were not looking at the scene. You were tunnel visioned into what? Just the characters, Quinn. Scenes.
Yes.
The
I was
mise
looking
en
at the kiss,
scène.
literally
the
the
mise en
lips.
scène is everything, Quinn. Everything, including the waterfall trough urinal.
All right, I will pay attention to that. Oh, my last note.
Everyone,
is
check the. It's gonna be on the. It's gonna be
the
on Instagram.
IG. I'll have a
The
picture
IG.
of the
Mhm.
of that. I don't know how you didn't think the dreadlock guys were like cool or like
thought they were dumb.
intimidating.
What powers do they have?
dude, they can fucking move through walls and shit.
How?
I don't know.
They're like ghosts.
They're programmed.
I
They're
need to,
weird
like,
programs.
I need
Forget
to
about the
smoke weed
how.
next time.
Just-
Yeah.
they're scary, Grant. It was
Yeah.
stakes. You're talking about stakes. Oh, they could kill you at any time.
Yeah, they were freaky.
Yeah, I really didn't like that they had like I did enjoy it that they had like blades, but it was like making me uneasy because cutting. I don't know. It gives me. That's only one of the only things that gives me like squeamish things. It's like a really sharp blade like that.
Really true.
I don't like that.
That's it for me. Anything for you, Pat?
No, I feel like I chimed in quite a bit, laying out the thoughts. Yeah, nothing else. I feel like- actually, one thing.
Yeah.
When Neo's talking to the architect,
Uh-huh.
after
yeah.
that, it was like a, very PC of him. He's like, I'm not going to let that old white guy tell me what to do. It's very much like I don't know.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he said, maybe not verbatim, but it was definitely like
Not gonna
that
let
old white guy.
man. Old
Yeah.
white. Well, I'd
That's
say
all.
that. Yeah, that's very PC. If you didn't mention that he was white, that would have been a problem.
Ageist.
Oldest. Old ageist.
Yes.
I'm getting my ists, all messed up.
You should be an expert with all this time in California.
I'm still getting there. All right, is it about that time, Grant? Taking furious notes. It's about that time, the G&Q patented review, where we decide whether the true rating of The Matrix Reloaded is over or under the IMDb rating. And we are sitting with, a third as many votes? 543,000 votes. 7.2. So it's still a lot.
Animatrix was like 70,000, right?
Yeah, it's nothing.
Like that. What was it? 7.2?
7.2. 7.2. I'm gonna
Quinn?
go over.
Okay.
It's still enjoyable for me. I don't know if they can keep it up. History points to no, but I'm gonna go into it with an open mind. Patrick?
I'm above 2. I had pretty low expectations, and I would say I didn't enjoy it like that much less than the first one. The first one's definitely better, but like I don't know. 7.2's I feel like it's not doing it justice. So I'm gonna go above.
And Mr. Farmer.
I think I'm going under, actually. I wish I had both of y'all's experiences. And maybe if I
Dude,
rewatched
it's your
with like a
opinion.
better
It's-
open mind.
you're a
Dude, no,
human,
I
Grant.
really wanted to enjoy it. I really was excited for it. I had never seen it before. I didn't believe the ratings. It couldn't be that bad. I thought it was going to be good. And as I said before, I think they made it like a love story. Don't like that. That doesn't feel like The Matrix to me. I felt like there were no real stakes during the fight scenes, so I really did not enjoy them. I wanted them to be over. I was like, because you know how like you watch a film and like the guy's gonna win, but like in the back of your mind, like you're like, well, maybe they won't. This is actually intense. He's the one. I was like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna watch this. Neo's gonna win. I was just waiting, and like I really did not enjoy any of the fight scenes because the way they set it up. Anyways, and I think it also lost like the philosophical elements that I liked. Unfortunately, I don't know. We'll see how if it ties it up. I definitely enjoyed. This might be controversial. I enjoy the Animatrix more than this.
What was
Anthology.
that rating? That was,
I enjoyed that more. I think actually just about the same, because some were like real low for me.
7.4.
But this was like more of an even ride,
Yeah.
Animatrix had better high points, but also like way worse points.
Yeah.
All right, 2 overs and an under.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say is like
Yes.
watching The Matrix and watching the Animatrix. Both of those felt like, as I was saying, they were like the Matrix universe. They were like in they were made by the same people with this like backstory, and like it was all philosophical, and then I felt like this really did ditch that for like a more love story out of plot. I don't know why they did that, and I hope they move away from that, which they could. I might really enjoy the third one. We'll see.
I see what you're saying though, because I felt like the first one was like, it's like your classic like original kind of script. It's like very fun, kind of different, and then the sequel is just like, meh.
Yeah, it's not a different movie at all. It's like it's a love story that takes place within the Matrix universe. I don't care. Like the Matrix like for me, the coolest part about it is the philosophy behind it and like his decision, you know, and I don't know. And then he chose love, and like what you said, it's like more lust, anyways. And it's like, okay, are they making are they trying to do this message of animalistic, and that's like good, and you need to be human? It's like I don't know, but it's also very weird because the Animatrix painted the humans in such a bad light, and I felt like we didn't get any of that. It was very much. It was even worse. It was not even just like, oh, the humans are the good guys. It's like, no, we're going even. The whole movie, the whole universe is about Neo and Trinity. It's Neo and Trinity. The whole fucking universe is about. It's like, what? I thought we were getting bigger than this. We're going smaller, you know.
Yeah, those are very valid arguments.
Yeah.
Grant likes the big,
Why?
the ultimate evil.
I like bigger. Yeah, I like movies that make me think when it ends.
Yeah, the stakes have to be high, you know.
Stakes need to be high.
All right,
Well-
what are we doing next week, Grant?
Enough of me ranting. Next week is going to be The Matrix Revolutions, the one that's going to end it all. We got Bane, who is possessed by Agent Smith. That sounds scary. We got the fucking war. Zion, is it going to survive? Is it going to end? What's going to happen? And, you know, this will kind of set us up to the movie coming out in 2.5 months. You know, like they got to connect somehow. So,
Somehow.
unless maybe this will, I don't know. I haven't seen it, so we'll see how
Yeah, we
open-ended
haven't seen
it
the
is.
trailer.
Yeah, the trailer. We'll see. All right. Anything else? Thank you all for listening. This was a lot of fun. Please join us next week with the Matrix Revolutions. You know, we're finishing out the Matrix for now. In the meantime, please email us. Maybe, you know, The Matrix Revolutions is your favorite film. Maybe the Animatrix, you know, you have your favorite short, you know, just any feedback at all. If you have a trilogy that you want us to review, please reach out. You know, we just need that email. We'll do a trilogy, right, guys? We'll do a trilogy. We
Extended
just need that.
edition Lord of the Rings, 1 week.
Yes.
We'll do it. We just need that email. That's all you gotta do. Feedback@gqreview.com. We also have social media, Twitter and Instagram @GQReview is our handle. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you next week with The Matrix Revolutions. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.